For its first decade, the Walt Disney Studios focused on animated shorts featuring their popular characters Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Goofy. But all that will change by 1937 with the release of the first full-length animated feature, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. We'll focus on the 8 Disney animated film eras from the Golden Age to the present day, with each unique one containing common themes and basic structure. I'm Professor History, and this is History in 8 Minutes or Less. The Golden Age, 1937 to 1942, brought us Snow White, Fantasia, Pinocchio, Dumbo, and Bambi. Walt Disney took the biggest gamble of his career up to this point by making the world's first full-length animated feature, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. His next films, Fantasia and Pinocchio, did not earn the same commercial success due to a lack of an international market from World War II. The films in this era would set a precedent for Disney's style. The wartime era, 1942 to 1949, included Saludos Amigos, Victory Through Air Power, The Three Caballeros, Make Mine Music, Song of the South, Fun and Fancy Free, Melody Time, and The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. The studio sent its biggest star, Donald Duck, into action for wartime shorts. The State Department also commissioned the studio to make goodwill films to bring together the US and Latin America, which was being infiltrated with Nazi propaganda. Saludos Amigos and later The Three Caballeros were both successes. The latter was also the first film to bring animation and live actors together, as Donald Duck danced memorably with the beautiful Aurora Miranda. Disney also made Victory Through Air Power. Not commercially successful, but costs were covered by the State Department. The film mostly out of place in this era was the controversial Song of the South. The later films fit well into the package formula, consisting of multiple shorts in each film. The Silver Age, 1950 to 1967, included Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Peter Pan, Lady and the Tramp, Sleeping Beauty, 101 Dalmatians, The Sword in the Stone, and The Jungle Book. It saw a return to the fairy tales and formula, although somewhat lighter in tone, that made the Golden Age so memorable. The Silver Age brought Disney animation back to its critical and commercial success in most cases. Ub Iwerks, co-creator of Mickey Mouse, adapted Xerox's technology for copying and applied it to film for 101 Dalmatians. He called it xerography, and it was certainly easier than drawing the other 99 Dalmatians over and over again. Sadly, in 1966, Walt Disney passed away, leaving The Jungle Book as the last animated feature to have his personal touch. The Bronze Age, 1970 to 1988, also known as the Dark Age, brought us The Aristocats, Robin Hood, Winnie the Pooh, The Rescuers, Fox and the Hound, The Black Cauldron, The Great Mouse Detective, and Oliver and Company. Without Walt to guide the studio, the films in this era did not stick to a common theme or formula. The movies were more experimental, but they saw a decline in commercial success. The animators relied on xerography more and more to cut costs and speed up the animation process in order for the studio to thrive. A near-hostile takeover of the company led to new management, and animation was put on the back burner of sorts, live-action movies taking precedence. The Black Cauldron's financial failure nearly sunk the animation department. While The Great Mouse Detective and Oliver and Company started to right the ship, a true renaissance would not happen until a little mermaid comes swimming along. The Disney Renaissance, 1989 to 1999, included The Little Mermaid, The Rescuers Down Under, Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, The Lion King, Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Hercules, Mulan, and Tarzan. Most of the Renaissance films saw a return to the fairy tale formula that made the Golden and Silver Ages so memorable, along with Broadway-style tunes by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, and later Elton John, Tim Rice, and Phil Collins. Disney was also using celebrities in many voice roles for bigger box office numbers, such as Robin Williams, James Earl Jones, and Eddie Murphy. Most of these films were both critically and commercially acclaimed, with a couple of exceptions. The second animation studio located in Orlando, Florida was also successful, taking the reins on Mulan. Perhaps the Renaissance's greatest triumph was Beauty and the Beast. It was actually nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards, the only animated film in history to do so. All of the successes of the Renaissance could not last. The post-Renaissance, 2000 to 2008, gave us an eclectic group that included Fantasia 2000, The Emperor's New Groove, Dinosaur, Atlantis, Lilo and Stitch, Treasure Planet, Brother Bear, Home on the Range, Chicken Little, Meet the Robinsons, and Bolt. With the exception of Lilo and Stitch, the other films were either moderate successes or outright critical and/or commercial misses. Similar to the Bronze Age, animation went in a more experimental direction, leaving the old Disney formula behind. This is why some call this the second dark age for Disney animation. With the success of Pixar computer-generated films, Disney executives were pushing for their own 3D animated movies. The results were less than spectacular, but later movies such as Meet the Robinsons and Bolt showed promise and were moderately successful. The Revival era, 2009 to 2018, featured The Princess and the Frog, Tangled, Winnie the Pooh, Wreck-It Ralph, Frozen, Big Hero 6, Zootopia, Moana, and Ralph Breaks the Internet. With Princess and the Frog, Disney returned to their old formula while perfecting their computer animation techniques in most of the other features. In 2006, Disney had acquired Pixar and named Pixar's John Lasseter Chief Creative Officer of both Pixar and Disney Animation Studios. Frozen became the highest-grossing animated film up to that point. Other hits like Wreck-It Ralph and Big Hero 6 broke new ground for Disney while pleasing both critics and audiences. The new era, or whatever it will end up calling one day, started in 2019 with the hit Frozen 2. What will come next for Disney Animation Studios? We'll soon see what magic comes from the House of Mouse. If you liked our video, please hit subscribe. Catch you on the flip side.